Who all's not here that was coming?
No, this is it.
This is it?
Mhm. This is it. All right, good evening, everyone. We are here for our Board of Directors meeting. I apologize for a little late start, running behind tonight. We will go ahead and get started. I believe we do have a quorum. I guess I'll call the roll. Lindsay? Present. Jason?
Here.
Let's see, Benji's not here. Jeremy?
Here.
And Chris?
Here.
All right, and I'm here as well. We have a quorum, so I'm going to call the meeting to order. We will begin by reading our ethics statement. Conflict of interest reminder for NCGS 138A-15E. Board members are reminded that it is our duty to avoid conflicts of interest and the appearance of conflicts of interest as we handle the work of the board. Does any member of the board know of any conflict of interest or any appearance of conflict with respect to any matters coming before us at this meeting? If so, please state them for the record. If during the course of the meeting you become aware of an actual or apparent conflict of interest, please bring the matter to the attention of the meeting chair, and it will be your duty to abstain from participating in discussion of the matter and from voting on the matter. We'll begin with our approval of our August 2025 minutes.
Motion. Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. We do not have any public comment this evening. We do not have any guest discourse this evening. How about correspondence we're authorizing?
Not correspondence from the authors, but I did want to let you all know that I put Neuse Charter School in the running for the Great Schools North Carolina grant, which is a total of $150,000 that is literally just handed to the school to do with as we need. Let's see. It was, the first hurdle was quite steep, and the good news is we made it through. We're in round 2 now.
Is that the
recommendation? That was a big thing. I have an hour and a half interview with them tomorrow.
Don't let us down.
I know, right? No pressure. Like I've never seen, like, I don't know. I don't understand the emphasis they're placing on me, but I'll take it. So anyway, that's from 9:30 to 11. And then they went ahead and scheduled the school visit. They said we need to just assume that we're making it through to the next round, and we need to be prepared for them to come on November 5th, 6th, or 13th, and then we will find out in December if we get money. So there's that. And then I will be presenting to the ready to open charter board members tomorrow at DPI, training them on how to lead effective goal-oriented board meetings. You're doing it. It's pretty cool. Yeah.
Very good. All right. And how about our superintendent report?
Okay, so you have a packet in front of you. I'm going to just breeze through this. The first 2, you have just an updated set of numbers there that talk about the budget, what we budgeted on, and the actuals. So because the new funding model took into effect this year, we were able to have a little bit of a security blanket in our enrollment process. And so typically by the end of the summer and school starts, we continue to get applications, but they tend to be for families who are really casting a wide net. And so we made the decision that we knew we were going to be funded at 926 to just not push. So our enrollment this year is 876. We're getting funded at 926. Next year, they will fund us at 876, but if our enrollment is higher, they will fund us for what that is. So this was a great year to kind of reevaluate the processes,
Okay.
the push and push and push to get new students in wasn't always what was best for the organization as a whole. And so, I mean, we've talked about it every year, not doing that, but we didn't feel like we had the financial security to do that, and then they changed the model, and we did. So that's where we are there. State testing scores, preliminaries came out in September. I will let you know that we did file a document today noting that we don't think our scores are quite accurate. We're going to see what happens with that. That's what this time frame is for. That's why I don't ever present to you until the state board certifies that data. It does not look like our growth measure for summer school was included in our growth metric that they presented. So we're going to pursue that and see what happens. Hopefully we'll have an answer soon. Either way, you can see that we went from a 64 to a 68. We met growth last year, we met growth this year. Our growth also increased tremendously. I'll dig into all of those numbers with you all later, but the exciting news is that we are now the top performing charter school in the county.
Awesome.
That is good.
That is really, really exciting.
Congratulations, new charter.
Yes, we're thrilled. We were also recognized as one of the top high schools in the nation, and we were recognized as one of the top charter high schools in the nation. So we're getting the icons. We should have those soon. We'll post them on our website, put them on our email signatures, and we'll blast that out too. So. All good news. Okay, a couple of revisions for the handbook. The employee one is easy. It tends to be easier. I printed for you the changes. I did not print the handbooks because I can't print the changes so you can see them. But if you'll pull them up, I've linked them in the superintendent report. We'll do the employee one because there's just one. And it's the criminal background check. All the revisions are coming from both Lisa, our attorney, and the North Carolina Coalition of Charter Schools model policies from their set of attorneys. So this one is on page 102 to 104. I'll give you a minute to get there. You can see it. Sorry, I'm not connected to the internet. It's gonna take me. Superintendent report has them linked. So the only one for the employee is that criminal background check, and you can see it when you get into the handbook, what the changes are. It's just beefed it up quite a bit.
You can look at the revision document.
Yeah, the revision shows you what's been changed, like where the pages are, and then when you go to the handbook and go to page 102, you'll start to see in green. I think it shows up in green. Jason, can you see them?
Page 102? No, it's not in green.
Let me change you to editors then.
It's really on page 103.
Well, then maybe that's the thing.
Try it now, refresh.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Does that help?
Employees, then.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is a policy, I literally copied and pasted it in here from the coalition. And it's all connected back to, actually, it's just one general statute.
I'm gonna look at the employee handbook first.
Yeah, because there's only one change for this.
But it's a long one.
It is a long one. But initially, our criminal background check was, the documentation for it was on page 4, third bullet. That's all we had for it. And in light of some of the recent news broadcasts of employees working in school systems and using different names and I don't know if y'all heard any of that.
No, I missed that.
A sense of urgency got picked up behind this thing. Where a guy worked at East Wake Academy, and then moved to our public schools, and elsewhere under different names, and they weren't. Yeah, we're just gonna beat this up.
So, okay, the paragraph, I think copy basically, the paragraph that starts with criminal history check. It's right before the definition of school personnel. And it says before they will receive an unconditional job offer.
A criminal history check and check of sex offender registries shall be required for all news personnel before they receive an unconditional job offer.
Yes, so what is unconditional? Like, don't all the job offers have conditions that we have to meet, you know what I mean?
Well, conditional would be approval of the board, but we wouldn't even extend an offer to anybody.
And yes.
I don't know how to explain that.
No,
I'll say
no,
it
I see what
It's
you're
currently
saying.
conditioned to passing the background check and board approval. Those conditions are in place. So this, I guess, would take that out, and we wouldn't even offer the contract until.
Right. Yes.
So we'll need to tweak that if you all wish, and then vote to approve the handbook with that revision.
So we vote individually or together, student and faculty.
We'll have to do him, employee first.
I make a motion we approve the amendment of the employee handbook as presented.
I will second that motion.
A motion and a second to approve the modification to employee handbook. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, I will go ahead and call for a vote. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries and it is approved.
Awesome, thank you. Okay, the next one is the student handbook. You'll look first at the updates, the noted revisions. There are more here, but the bulk of them are just me going in and removing map testing notations. There's actually 1, 2, 3, 4 of those that had to be adjusted to remove map for anything that impacted grades 3 through 8. So when you go and look, you'll see a lot of that stuff is struck out. Page 58, the locus parentis paragraph, that was actually in our handbook previously, but somehow in the shifting of that one to this one, it got left out, so we need to put that back in. There are 2 that are directly related to new general statutes. We updated the withdrawal process, attendance policy, makeup work policy, and campus visitors. So you go into the student handbook now, you'll be able to see those changes, the suggestions for those changes. So if we just go page by page, which might be easier.
I'm still seeing map, like in third grade, under the chart, so I don't know if I'm seeing the most updated version.
I may have missed one. There was another one. Where do you see it at, Lynn?
On mine, when you look at page 34 into 35, this is third grade, and then it says above grade level, and it says math RIT score. Math reading RIT score. Is that something different?
If you'll refresh, you'll see where I've struck those out.
Okay, yes.
At the bottom of 34, there's still one, I think. Am I crazy?
Like second grade.
Second grade. Stop. So it's supposed to be there on second grade.
Yeah, we got it, K 1 and 2 still has it.
Sorry,
Yeah.
sorry. So you would have been corrected. You should have
I know, we're going to sidebar conversation. Kind of
As long as I know there's not like
Casper.
something happening up there. The cleaning crew's on the third floor. That would still be. It's
So then, are the new revisions just the ones under revisions from 9/2025?
The ones above y'all have already dealt with. And really, the bulk of it is the withdrawal process updated, the addition of those general statutes, updating the attendance policy. The make-up work policy had to be changed because the attendance policy was updated, and then the campus visitor update. And hopefully we're done. And I say that, we might not be. Why are there going to be so many more changes? I felt like happened with this.
I do see a typo on page 67.
Okay.
It should say complete.
Where's it at?
It says, any student who has more than 4 unexcused absences per semester may be required to, it's got little red squiggle under it.
There we go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That was minuscule, but it says campus visitors that at their departure are required to return the name tags to the office. It's never happened.
I'm not saying it, just saying.
It's never happened.
The little visitor sticker that we're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you remove it or. I've been to a lot of functions at this nice facility. I've always worn my name tag back to.
Right on back to work.
I was proud to wear that thing. I was like, I've earned this. I've earned my visitor sticker.
With pride. I wore that.
Sure, I never got a name tag.
Tell me that, Jason.
I did Google my name tags.
Yes, I appreciate
I'm
that.
just saying.
We still have teachers that are new and don't know who
Yeah.
you all are.
Right, exactly.
Anyway,
Just,
if you're gonna put required, then it needs to be enforced. Or you just remove it.
what we could
Also, you
do,
need to let you in the office so that you can actually turn it back.
I'm just saying.
Sometimes people don't like to let you in the office, and I don't know if it's just me, or if it's, it could just be me.
Again, when you say
It may be.
required, this is a lot of.
Yeah, that one.
But it would be good for safe campus.
What if I put that?
Mine ain't caught up. No, my lost it.
You want to refresh? I help. Actually, I see you in there.
Refresh.
Visitors, including parents, are required to wear a name tag identifying themselves at all times while on campus.
Perfect. I think when you put, but they're required to take it back to the office at the end, and you've got MAP awards where there's 400 parents on campus, and everybody's trying to
Yeah.
take their
Take their
tag.
trash bag. I was recently visiting a school where they required you to scan in your driver's license.
That's the newest thing. Bodyguard.
And then scan your driver's license, put your phone number in there, and then you have to come back and check out.
That thing will run your driver's license real quick through the database. And
Oh, wow.
if you have anything related to children, it will alert the front office staff. It won't tell you anything. It'll alert the front office staff and they'll say, I'm so sorry, we can't, we've had a change of schedule or something, it's not going to work out today. We'll let you know when you come in and send them on their way and then call them later when they're not there and tell them what happened. We have it at Bailey's. I only ever had it get flagged maybe 2 or 3 times in 8 years, but it was really comforting to know we had it.
We had it prior.
We not have it yet.
Prior to
Yeah,
COVID.
yeah.
We don't have it yet.
We had it prior to COVID. We had a system
No.
that did the same thing.
That was,
I did a kid.
that was a Dena kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully when the new building comes, we'll get, roll that in there somehow.
I just have a question for Clark, so that they are clear. If someone were to fill out the online absence questionnaire because maybe their child got sick, threw up, but they're not going to the doctor because the doctor's not going to do anything for them, does that count as an excused absence?
As an excused absence? Yes.
Okay.
I've done that once this year already.
We did it second day of school.
And I mean,
Well, because I would, whenever if he has a doctor's visit, I try to provide documentation, but a doctor's not going to let him come in.
Yeah. We really only start to ask for doctor's notes when we have repeat instances of that. And the kid comes to school and is like, we went to the beach. We had a great time at Disney. Your mama said you had COVID for 5
Yeah, my
days.
birthday week.
Disney falls under the educational opportunity.
Right.
You should hear me talk about all the educational opportunities at Disney.
I thought we were UCF and go to college.
so I've reviewed all the
You
changes.
start too early.
Never too early.
I'd like to make a motion, we approve all the changes.
Look,
Yes.
Jerry tried to get us back on task.
I do want to read that visitor's policy. I didn't get that far. I got hung up on the absence policy. I'm just trying to make sure it's all right.
Come on, Jason, come here.
What, oh, second.
There you go.
I think we're gonna have some more discussion, just to.
That's fine. The motion in the second has been made.
Yes, we have a motion and a second on the table. Lindsay, don't worry, I'm still scrolling through also.
Good.
Jason, homework. I just heard my name, I'm not even sure what to say it over there.
Anything about having to return the visitor tag?
She
That's
took it
been
out.
fixed.
Yep. Check.
I also see they took out that they will be escorted to their destination.
Any further discussion? We have a motion and a second to approve the amendments. I will go ahead and call for a vote. All in favor, aye. All opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you so much. I'm going to go right into the financial report. You have an updated budget report as of the end of August. We are sitting at a deficit of almost $372,000, but that's because we've only received $19,000 of the local revenue, of which we're expecting $2.5 million. So, all of that to say, as the money starts to come in, that will definitely change and improve. But you have my summary, and then you have the cash report, and you have the condensed budget report as well in your packets. I'm going to go into the finance committee, just knock it all out. Finance committee met. We didn't have a specific agenda when we met, but we ended up talking about the things that are listed. The Grapevines grant I just told you about. There's also a playground equipment grant that we are working on. The Ameriprise investments, all the accounts are confirmed, and Heifel and I both have access. We talked about the lower building update, which I'll share with you in a minute, and our community day of giving is going to be September 30th. We've got a promo video, we've got some marketing materials, we're super excited about making that happen, but that will be September 30th. There's no action notes. The last thing in your packet is just, I wanted you to have it to see it, the lower building update. We have a meeting, a pre-construction meeting has been scheduled for October the 7th. Mr. Durwood's office at 10 o'clock in the morning, and we will be scheduling our groundbreaking that day. So we will have groundbreaking in October, and we will start the ball rolling finally. If anyone would like to go with me to that meeting, that would be great. October 7th at 10 a.m. at Mr. Durwood's office.
I'm going to be in Hopwood for the day.
I think that would work very good.
Pressure's on you, Jeremy.
I good.
Perfect, yes.
Look at that.
Wow.
Nothing on the summer.
Wow.
Wrong.
It's meant to be.
Let's go.
I will send it to
Let's
you.
go. You know the best way to get me is send me a calendar email.
Calendar, I got you. So that covers the finance report, that covers the finance committee, and that covers the facilities committee.
All right.
There you go.
Governance committee did not meet, however, I did send a message to Nicole about the document you had forwarded to me. I have not looked at it yet, but so I asked her to set up a meeting. She was going to look at that. And I think the governance committee is just Lindsay, Nicole, so she's going to be sending her a meeting for that. Risk management did not meet. Anything on facilities?
Just the pre-construction number.
And strategic planning did not meet. There is no unfinished business. The only new business I wanted to bring up is Benji told me today, because of some conflicts with his kids' athletics and things at school, that he's not been able to put forth to the board what he wanted to be able to. So he's going to step down from the board. I did ask him if he could stay on until we could get another board member so that we do not fall below the minimum of 7. And I told him that hopefully I felt like we could do that by the end of the year. It might be wishful thinking, but and so he was agreeable to that, and we'll still continue to talk to him in the meantime. So we do need to be thinking about additional board members and go ahead and even really looking at, just not really just looking at one person, we probably need to go ahead and also start looking at more than one to go ahead and start getting people onto the board to maintain some consistency as people start to roll off.
I mean, the positions we have.
It's a minimum of 7. I think the maximum is 9. I'd have to go back and look at
I think that's right.
the bylaws. It's in the bylaws.
I think 7 and 9.
Yeah, I think that's That's right.
So with Benji, we have 7 now, technically.
Technically, we're gonna have to.
We're gonna have to bring it on.
I mean, is it something that we can put on social media to ask for anymore? Or is it?
When I applied, there was an application that got posted on the website, on social media, all of that. I mean, I think that would be a great way to source it in addition to us also reaching out to people that we think might be a good fit. But there may be folks that are interested that people in here won't necessarily think about.
That's what I was trying to say. I think we should cast a wide net, not just an
Targeted.
internal net.
Yeah, I agree with that, but I also think it's good to, if we know someone that, fits a specific need for the board or.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Sure.
So just be mindful about that. And I don't believe we need closed session tonight?
No.
Okay. Well, that concludes our agenda for this evening. So we'll go ahead and adjourn our meeting. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.